Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning and welcome to Story Time. Thank you for joining me. Happy Thursday, wherever you're joining us from today. I am glad as always to be here with you for another amazing story. How are you doing today? How is it where you are? Thank you so much, and I am glad you're here with me today. Yes, another beautiful story from TWIRL Books, an imprint of Chronicle Books of San Francisco, and this one is called Do You Know? Vehicles and Transportation. We're going to be reading parts of this book, and I hope that you enjoy it. Please do share what you know, and I hope that together we will be learning something, or of course be reminded of something. Thank you so much for joining in. Vehicles, vroom vroom, I'll wait. Thank you so much for joining in. Vehicles and Transportation, published by TWIRL Books and an imprint of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. And this one is written by CAMILLE. Good morning to you, and welcome. Thank you for being here. I am glad we are here together. Happy Thursday to you, and we're continuing on that thankful note from yesterday. Thank you so much. I am glad we're here together. Let us see who else is joining us this morning, ready to enjoy this story, and of course, spend time together. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning to you. How are you doing today? David, Marianne, and Rosemary in San Francisco. Shireen, good morning to you too. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for being here. I am glad I could be part of your morning. Yes, I hope you're having a wonderful breakfast. I hope you're getting ready for the day. But of course, story time is here to begin with. Thank you so much for being here. One more time, David, Marianne, and Rosemary in San Francisco. And of course, Shireen, good morning to you as well. Thank you so much for being here. Absolutely love it. Oh, how are you doing today? Good morning to you, Nathan, and of course, Sarah. How are you doing? Jamie, welcome to the party. Thank you so much for being here in sunny Illinois. And Ananda joining in from cloudy North Carolina. Wow. Thank you so much for joining in. Good morning to you. Absolutely love it. Yes, the more the merrier. How are you doing, Ananda? Welcome to Story Time. One more time, Jamie, welcome. And of course, Nathan and Sarah, and of course, Amanda West. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here on Story Time with us. Yes, I am glad. I'm glad we're able to do that. I'm glad Storytime is able to do that for you. Thank you so much for being here. Absolutely appreciate it. That just brightens up my morning extra. Thank you so much, Amanda West, Sarah, and Nathan. Jamie, how are you doing? And Ananda, one more time. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. I'm excited for a story today, and I hope that you are too. Lots to learn, lots and lots in this book, and I hope that you are able to find it where you find books. And of course, I hope you use your library. Check out this at your library. your school library, or wherever you find books. There are lots of little libraries now dotted around our neighborhoods. I hope that we can find these wonderful books in there. And of course, if you have books to share, you know what to do as well. Leave them in those little libraries so people can get to enjoy the wonderful stories. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for joining in Story Time. Vehicles and transportation coming up. Good morning to you, baby Bia. How are you doing in dark Seattle? I'm telling you, it is dark out here in Oakland too, and I'm realizing with this 7 o'clock reads, it is darker and darker indeed. And once the time changes too, well, we'll be starting story time in the nighttime, nighttime. I don't know if that makes sense. Thank you so much for joining in. All right, we're going to be getting started very, very soon with our story, and please get comfortable, get cozy, as we'll be right back after this.
Hello, I'm Olalu Ogunyemi, officer in the United States Marine Corps and author of Crow from the Shadow. You are tuned in with my brother on Story Time with Mr. LaMotta. Enjoy, and God bless.
All right, welcome back. Thank you. Vehicles and Transportation by CAMILLE BABEAU. And of course, there's lots of illustrators in here. Benjamin BECUE, Marcia CERATO, Julia MERCIER, and CRISTIAN TURDERA. Yes, 4 illustrators. Yes, so you know you're in for a treat for this one. And it is published, and we're reading it with permission of TWIRL Books, an imprint of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Are you ready? All right, here we go. All right, the first part we're going to start with, and just so you know, there are lots of different topics in here too. There's on land, on water, in the air, and more to know. Yeah, lots and lots to know from there. But we're going to read a few of those, because we'll be here all day if we went through that whole book. But we're going to start with the first vehicles. Look at that. The first vehicles. What were they? How did they move? Well, let's look at that. A vehicle is something used to carry people or things. Before machines were invented, humans used their own body strength to transport heavy objects or other people. Did you know that? Of course you did. And there's all the different ways, the different things that people transported, right? You can see the Egyptian sedan chair. This one, a steady branch is used to carry food. Yeah, lots and lots of different ways. How can a person be a vehicle, you ask? Well, let's look at that in a little bit, right? When you go to school, you put your belongings and your snack into a bag. You take them with you. You are transporting them. You're a vehicle. For us, the simplest way to carry an object is to use our bodies, our arms, our back, and even our head. Whoa, look at that. Can you balance something on your head like that? The human body was the very first vehicle. Fortunately, machines were eventually invented to help us out. Yeah, and we'll be looking at some of those machines that have been invented to help us. Lots of there. What do you think this one was? Oh, rode on logs. That's a lot of work. Yeah. Wow. Let's go to our next part. And there's a lot more, but I have something else here that I wanted us to look at. Well, perhaps one of the most common vehicles that we know is the car, right? Well, let's look at some parts of the car. Which ones do you know? Can you name some? What is this one called? The round thing right here. Yes, that is the steering wheel. What else? What about this little thing that covers the rim right here that we're on the little one in there? Yeah, that is called a hubcap. Yeah, hubcap. All right. How about the glass in the front? What do we call this? Right here in the front. This where you see through. What is that one? Yes, That is the windshield. Oh, you're all so smart out there. All right, let's read about some of those parts. A car that runs on fuel has around 30,000 parts. Can you imagine that? 30,000 parts, including the engine, windows, side mirrors, and screws that hold all the different parts together. Yes, that is a lot. How do you make a car move? What do you think? Do you push it with your hands? What do you do? Well, to start a car, a driver turns a key or pushes a button next to the steering wheel. This is called turning on the ignition. What? Yes, turning on the ignition. What else? When the engine starts up, you hear it and you may feel it too. To move the car, the driver selects a gear with the gear shift and steps on the accelerator pedal. Whoa. Yeah, that all happens. The more the accelerator is pressed, the faster the car goes. To stop the car, the driver steps on the brake pedal. Yeah. So we have an accelerator and we also have the brake pedal. Wow. Look at all those different parts in there. We have the bumper right there. We have the rear view mirror. Yeah, you use that one to see what's behind you. Yeah, and sometimes if I'm driving, I like to catch a glimpse of the people I'm talking to if people are sitting in the back seat. The rear view mirror is always a good one. Catch a little glimpse, but keep eyes on the road. And there's the side view mirror, the side mirror, side view mirror. And of course, the passenger's seat right there. I like being a passenger because then I can just look around and enjoy the scenery more. How about you? All right, let's look at something else. I hope you enjoyed those little bits in there about the car. But I have to look at this part as well. What else do we have? Well, city vehicles. Do you live in a city? There's so many, right? We get to see so many different things in the city. Well, in the city, people have many transportation choices. Bicycles, buses, subways, car, and more. Yeah, look at all the different things that you can see on there. Yeah, what is something that is in your city that you see here? Look at that. Well, there's an electric car charging right there. Those are new, right? Look at this streetcar. And if you're close, like me, close to San Francisco, you get to see a lot of streetcars. And there are the cars. Oh, there's a mountain bike. Do you like mountain biking? Okay, let's talk about transportation. What is public transportation? Do you know? Well, when you take a bus in the city, you're taking public transportation. You share a ride with other people and pay a fixed rate. The bus travels on a set route. Other vehicles that are used for public transportation include subways, trains, streetcars, and even ferries. Yes, there's a good ferry here between Oakland and San Francisco, and I like it so much. What's good about taking public transport? What's good about taking a public bus? You don't need to drive or look for a parking spot. There are certain places where parking spots are hard, and it can accrue too. It can be expensive. But also what's good about that is that you get to take care of the environment. It's good for the environment when we use shared transportation, right? It means less emissions in the air. Yeah. Awesome. Look at all those different ones. What is in your city? Let's look at one more thing together. And we're going to skip all the way now to vehicles on water. Yeah, and we're going to be talking about parts of a sailboat. Whoa. Well, sailboats depend on the force of the wind to move across the water. Did you know that? There are many types of sailboats, ranging from basic dinghies to fancy mega yachts. And look at all the different parts. Yeah, but there's something really important that you find on a sailboat, and it's right here at the bottom, this one right here. It's called a keel. And you can see it better here. Do you see that thing sticking out a little bit there at the bottom? Yeah, what do you think that is for? What is the keel for? Well, if there are any boat people out there, share your information. But what we're able to find from here was that you may have noticed that your toy sailboat always turns over when you try to sail it. This is because it doesn't have a keel. The keel is often called the backbone of the boat. It keeps boats stable and upright and prevents them from tipping over. Yeah. Adding a keel to your toy sailboat will help it stay upright and on course. Did you know that? So cool. And look at all the different parts. What do we call this pole right here all the way up? Well, that is called the mast. The mast, yep. And you can put your own flag in there. What else is there? Oh, we have the skipper. Yes. Are you the skipper of your boat? What do we call this one right here? It's not part of a boat, but it's right there. What do we call it? Yeah. Yes, you're right. That is a lighthouse. Oh, the different little trinkets. You can see that a sailboat also has a lot of parts, right? Tiny, tiny parts. Oh, well, one more. Why not? Let's look at this one. Air travel. Yes. Air travel. And now people are getting back slowly traveling again. Air travel. The airport is a busy place. Oh, yeah. While some planes are taking off, others are landing, and travelers may be checking in at the counter or collecting their bags. Yeah. When was the last time you were on an airplane? Have you been on an airplane before? Look at all those. Whoa, busy airport. And there's the passenger bridge right there leading up to the aircraft. And there's the arrivals. There's the carousel where all your bags come through. If you had any checked bags. Outside public transportation waiting for you, or maybe private transportation. But you may wonder, what can I do aboard a plane? Some flights are so long. If you're like me and you're trying to fly to Zambia, it will take you forever. It takes a long time. So what do I do all that time? One of the legs from New York all the way to Kenya can take 15 hours, and I'm not even home yet. So what do you do all that time? Well, if you're me, you sleep, wake up, sleep, watch something, read something, sleep. And it's still going. Well, let's find out what you can do if you're on there. To be safe, passengers stay in their seats for most of the flight. They also wear seatbelts. You do. Before the plane takes off, flight attendants provide safety instructions. After takeoff, they serve refreshments such as a drink or a snack. Oh, yes. But I'd encourage you to bring your own snacks too. Sometimes the snacks are not the best. But also, I just want to encourage you, when you're on a flight, please remember when the flight attendants are giving all the safety instructions, pay attention. Even when you feel like you know, it's important because aircrafts are different, right? And so we want to pay attention and know what to do in case of an emergency. On a long flight, passengers can sleep, oh yes, watch movies, read, play games, or walk around for a bit. Yep, you can do that. or sometimes you need to use the restroom, go ahead and do it. Oh, that is the end. That's where I'm going to stop today. But as you can see, this book has so much in here. I hope you enjoyed the little bits that we've read from today. And I hope, what is your favorite kind of transportation? I know there, Amanda, you're mentioning we love taking ferries. Well, that is awesome. How about you, everybody else out there? What do you love? What do you enjoy? What sort of transportation do you enjoy? And what do you have in your city? This has been our book for today. Vehicles and Transportation. Do you know? Yes, this one is written by CAMILLE BABEAU, and we were reading it with permission of TWIRL Books, an imprint of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for being here and for enjoying this wonderful book with me, and of course learning together. That's what story time is all about, and of course enjoying great books. But we're back. Don't forget, we're back tomorrow, and this one will be our Friday book, and this one is called The Ultimate Book of Animals. Yes, animals are back. Let's read more about them tomorrow. Join me for this one. Another great book. As you can see, it's a giant book. So great to see all the beautiful pictures enlarged. Thank you so much for being here. I am glad that you are here to join me for story time. I really appreciate the time that we spent together, and of course everybody that was joining us for the first time on story time today, I'm glad you are here. And if you're coming back after a while, welcome back. Thank you so much. And you know, Jamie and Ananda, I am thinking of you on that one. Thank you so much for being here. Let us see who was with us and what else people like. Yes, all right, Abraham loves to fly. Oh yes, fly to the East Coast to visit family, and he loves to play on his iPad and eat many snacks. Well, you are so right, Abraham. That is the best way to travel for sure. Carry a gadget, carry something that you're going to do, whether it's a puzzle, whether it's your iPad, whatever that you can, bring it along so you're not bored in those times that you're not asleep. Well, thank you for sharing those tips. What else do people do out there? Thank you so much for joining in. Tomaida Zulu, glad you're joining us from Lusaka, Zambia. Absolutely appreciate you. I am glad you are here enjoying that wonderful book with us. I know all the Lusaka transportation. Yes, the blue buses, love them. Thank you so much for being here. Flash. Thank you so much for joining in, Tomaida Zulu. Absolutely missing Lusaka transportation at times. Thank you so much. Yes, Miriam Nkunika joining us as well. Thank you so much. Miriam, remind me who else is joining in with you and who was with us enjoying that wonderful story. Yes. Good morning to you. Cold, it is cold today, and please do wear a jacket, Abraham, and everybody who's in Oakland. I don't know how it is in other parts. Please make sure that you're carrying the right appropriate clothes for today. Abraham is excited to hear about the planes and is hoping to see the Blue Angels today. Oh, Abraham, they are in here. I cannot remember the page number, but they are in here, and I hope that we can find a way to get this book to you, or please find it at your local library so that you can see all those planes and read about them. Absolutely love it. Thank you for sharing that. Good morning to you one more time, baby Bia and Amanda in Seattle. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you. I am glad you're here with us. And of course, the party. Oh yes, out in Illinois. Thank you for joining us, Jamie, Nathan, and Sarah. And of course, we're joined in today by Ananda out in cloudy North Carolina. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I'm glad that we're able to come together this morning on Story Time. Yes, apart, but together yet. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing that with us today. Absolutely appreciate you. Good morning to you one more time as well, Shireen. And I know that you're joining in today with David, and you joined in with Marianne, and of course, Rosemary. Thank you for joining us out in San Francisco. All right, before we go, there's one more time just hear from Amanda, and we'll be right back.
Hi, everyone. I'm Amanda with Amanda Weltman Photography. I'm a photographer and printmaker based in the Pacific Northwest, and I believe that your face deserves wall space. Enjoy today's story time with my favorite storyteller, Mr. LaMotta.
Well, thank you, Amanda, and everybody else that joined in story time today. Absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. And you know what? I'm wishing you a beautiful, beautiful day. Indeed, enjoy it. Go out there and enjoy it. I hope you have a wonderful day, whether you're visiting family, visiting friends, and of course, look around and see all the different kinds of transportation that you can find in your neighborhood and think of how those also help with the environment. Yes, what are they? How do they help? Are the buses in your neighborhood green? Yes. Well, let us all think about those things as we are out there and enjoy the time that we're there. And hopefully you're also in close proximity to public transportation so you can hop around and see all the beautiful things around your town, around your neighborhood. Thank you so much. I appreciate every moment that we spent together. Have a lovely Thursday, and we'll be back tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow we're finishing off with the ultimate book of animals. Yes, I'm excited for that one. Do join me tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Much love from me. Hugs, hugs, hugs to you and everybody else out there. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
It brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.